Hi, it's Graham Healy from Rise Up Australia, Brisbane 2025.com. We're getting to a point in Australia where we've reached a crisis point. We've reached a turnaround point. We've reached the Spirit of the Light Horse Brigade has to liberate Australia. Albanese et al. Are full-on communists. They have aligned themselves with Hamas through the so-called Free Palestine agreements. It's just ridiculous. So let's just go quickly back. It won't take long to Robert Menzies' original statement on liberalism, socialism, and communism. Liberalism stands for the continued freedom of the individual, for governments being the servants of the people, for trade union democracy through secret ballot, and for encouragement of skill and honest work by incentive payments. Now, the Liberal Party is the exact opposite of that these days, even though they've gone against net zero. They haven't dislodged themselves from the Paris Accord, which is the same thing. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, listen to socialism. Stands for the final regimentation of the individual. Stands for the final regimentation of the individual, for the centralised government as the master of the people, for the government control of trade unions, and for the same earnings level for skilled workers and unskilled workers with no incentive payments. Right, that's exactly where we are, but I think we're one step worse than that with the Albanese Greens I've just said communism, but that's what it is, combination. So what is communism? Stands for the complete disruption and ultimate revolution. Look what's happening in Australia, where they've been allowed the Free Palestine equals pro-Hamas equals Muslim radicals allowed to march across Sydney Harbour Bridge and, Brisbane just recently. So this shouldn't be allowed in this country. Totally anti-Semitic. It's a bit like the resurrection of the Hitler spirit in Australia, exactly what we fought against in World War I and II. So communism stands for the complete disruption and ultimate revolution. Like socialism, it seeks the destruction of personal freedom. It seeks the destruction of personal freedom and the creating of an all-powerful state. A step towards socialism is a step towards communism. Now, this was Robert Menzies, the founder of the Liberal Party. The Liberal Party's lost the plot. Unless, and of course, I believe that Andrew Hastie will take over. Hopefully, we'll have Jacinta Price as Prime Minister. So, and we're going to have a lot of independence in the Senate. So here we go. I think very soon we'll have a complete double dissolution. Then we'll have a referendum on free speech, because the Albanese Greens combination is down here in the socialism communism box, where the state is going to control the individual and destroy, full stop. You can see this happening. And of course, socialism and communism seems to fit in with the ideology of radical Islam. And you can see that in the streets of Sydney, where when on the 7th of October 2023, 1,200 Jews were slaughtered at a music festival, and you had imams in Australia celebrating that in the street. They should be deported immediately. Australia is at the turning point. What do you think? That's Graham Healy from Rise Up Australia, Brisbane 2025. Go onto the website for more articles and some more basic overviews of the current situations in Australia. Have a great night. Over and out.